Okay, so like I was saying, you guys, so the car pulled up and this guy in there, he was dark skinned, he had pretty white teeth, and that's all I could really see in him because he was like, he was dark, his car was dark, it was kind of spooky, but whatever. I got in the car. So I got in the back seat with Ricky, and my homegirl got in the front seat with the driver. So he tells my homegirl, this is what Ricky tells my homegirl. He's like, this is my cousin Bobby. So she looks at Bobby like, that look like, okay. So I wasn't even worried about her. I'm like, okay, she got her somebody, I got me somebody, it's gonna be good and gravy. We go to Ricky's house, right? Well, his family house, whatever. We get over there, and it's like they would have some kind of party over there, like an adult party, because everybody was adults. And I was like, I was happy to be spending time with Ricky, but I was kind of feeling uncomfortable because I was around adults that I didn't know. They were drinking and smoking, and I hate being around people when they smoking because that means I'm end up smelling like smoke, and my hair gonna smell like smoke. And how am I going to explain myself smelling like smoke when I'm supposed to be at a party with some teenagers, not with some adults? You know what I mean? So he was like, let's go in my room. So I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that. We can go in your room because them ain't gonna be around the smoke. So we go in his room, and he was like, I really like you and I really miss you. And he told me all this good stuff that I know that he was lying about, but it sounded really good to me. So I'm like, okay, I'm just grinning. I'm just like really happy to be with him finally. So he was like, I'll be right back. I'm like, okay. Yeah. When I tell you I was in that room for a good 5-10 minutes, I'm like, where this boy go? So I leave out of the room. I'm looking for him. I don't see him anywhere, but I see all his family members and his friends and all that. So, I'm looking like, where is he at? So they tell me, his friends, family, and everything. They said, oh, you looking for Ricky? I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for Ricky. Where is Ricky? They was like, oh, he left from his girlfriend's house. Wait a minute. He left? They was like, yeah, he left. And he went where? They was like, oh, his girlfriend's house. Y'all, when I tell you, I was so mad. I was so mad. I was like, I know this boy didn't bring me over here to leave me and to go hang out with his what? His girlfriend? Y'all, when I tell you, I was mad. I was like, my whole face was red. Like, I was mad. And then my homegirl, she was mad too because she didn't want to be there either. You know what I mean? So, his family, they all tell me, they was like, oh, you supposed to be talking to Ricky? I was like, well, we just met up at a party, and they was like, you better leave Ricky alone. They told me everything. They was like, he got baby mamas, not baby mama, mamas, plural. They was like, he just sleep with girls and, give them diseases, and they were telling me all kinds of stuff about it. Now, if it would have been just one person telling me this stuff, I wouldn't have believed it. But since his whole family and friends was telling me this, they ain't got no reason to lie to me. I believed everything they were saying. So I'm like, okay, we need to go. I need to get up out of here. How am I going to leave you guys? Because I rode with them there. I didn't have any money to catch no bus. Plus, it was at nighttime and don't no bus run where I stayed. And I was like, I'm going to have to go to my homegirl house. And, that's always our plan anyways. When we go somewhere, we always end up back at her house anyways. But how we going to get to her house because she couldn't drive because she was young too. Yeah, I was like so scared and mad at the same time. So, y'all remember the car we got into? He walked up to us, his name, let me tell you his name. His name Bobby. He was a dark fella. And now that he was in the light, I could see him a whole lot better. And he was cute. He was a little skinny, He was skinny, yeah, he was skinny. He was tall, but not too tall. Probably like 5'10". Had these red lips. And, he was cute to me. And I was like, I'm looking at him. I'm like, okay, my homegirl, she got a good looking man. Hopefully he ain't tripping like his cousin or whatever. So he comes up and he was like, y'all want me to get y'all a ride? Yes. Give us a ride, please. So we get in the vehicle with him. And he was like apologizing for his cousin. He was like, I'm so sorry that he brought y'all over there and left y'all. He was like, I'm so sorry about everything. He said, I should say something when I seen y'all come out to the car. He's like, but I didn't. And, he apologized. I'm like, don't worry. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. And, he take us back, not to the party. He took us to the house because wasn't nobody in the mood to be partying no more. So he went ahead and took us to the house and everything. And I mean, he was real nice. He was real polite and everything. And I was like, give us your number or whatever so we can get in contact with you, because I wanted him and my homegirl to hook up because he seemed like a really cool dude. And plus, he was older and, he was older than us. And I thought it was pretty cool that he had a car because, dudes our age was too young to drive and have a job. So I was glad to have met someone who had a car. So he gave us his phone number and everything, and he left. So I asked my homegirl, I'm like, so, you going to talk to him? Like, what's up, girl? Call him. And she was like, no, I don't like him because he's dark. And listen here. I forgot how she don't like dark-skinned dudes. She like them to be, yellow or bright or mixed or, that's the kind of dude she like. Me, I like them dark brown, white, peach, orange, purple, whatever. It didn't matter to me. So I was like, ah. She was like, no, he's more your type. I was like, okay. Well, I will call him. So I called him, and, me and him started talking. We became real cool, and we talked almost every day, you guys. So he finally asked me out, which was, good. I'm glad he asked me out. I wanted to be his girlfriend. And he asked me, how do I get around, because I was too young to drive. And I told him, I ride the bus, that's what I do. I ride the bus. And I was like, it's expensive to ride the bus, because you got to pay to ride the bus. And it take a long time to ride the bus. Like when you get out of school, you got to practice and you got to get on the bus. Then you get home, you do homework, it'll be late. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to start picking you up. He's like, on days I don't have to work, I'm going to pick you up. This is what Bobby tell me. Bobby was sweet, y'all. He was so nice. So whenever he didn't have to work, yeah. So whenever Bobby didn't have to work, you guys, he would pick me up from school and take me wherever I wanted to go. He'll feed me, and he'll take me home and everything, or take me wherever I wanted to go. We would go, and I appreciate that. I had never dated someone who would give me a ride. I never dated anyone who had a car. So it was brand new to me. He was older than me and everything, so that was brand new to me. Like, I was used to dating older guys, but they would still be, a little around my age. He was older, not that much older. Probably, I say about 3 years older, 4 years older than me. We didn't go to the same school or anything like that. Matter of fact, he was done with school. He had just graduated from school. So, I mean, he was the perfect age. In my mind, he's the perfect age for me. So, I was like, this guy, I'd never been with a guy so nice. So, he was like, I want you to meet my family. Like, I had met some of them at the party, but, I didn't really get to sit down and talk it up with them. He was like, I want you to meet my mom and my dad. I was like, okay. Like, I was happy. I was like, I get to meet his parents. I was like, this is great. That means he really likes me and whatnot. So we go to his house. Mind you, his house was huge. Like, his house was so big, you guys. I think he had like 6 bedrooms. I mean, it was huge. I mean, that's probably not big to y'all, but to me, back then, that was pretty big. And it was a nice yard. I mean, it was just really, really nice. I'm like, yes. I'm like, yes, this is good. He has a job. He has a car. He has a nice house that he's staying at. I'm like, everything is perfect. Y'all, I meet his dad. His dad looks exactly like him, but just older. I'm like, okay, his dad was pretty cool. His dad was cracking jokes. Now, his mama, on the other hand, she said hello, and she went into the room, and that was it. So, after that, we became closer. Like, I done met your parents. Your family is my family now. Like, I was the type of girlfriend back then, like, whoever your friends and family are, they are mine now. So, whenever he had to work, his dad would come and pick me up from school, pick me up from practice. Whatever he couldn't do, his dad would do. So, me and his dad, we grew close. And then when we went on break, of course he had to work even more. Like, as time went by, he had to work, which was fine. I like a man who has a job. But I wanted to not go home. I didn't want to be at home. So his dad was like, you can come to work with me. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm over it. It's my business. I can have anybody there I want to. I'm like, cool. So I started going to work with his father, you guys, and you know, I started helping his father at work, and then when we wasn't at his job, we'd be at his house, and his father would teach me so much, you guys. He taught me how to build stuff. He taught me how to cook different things. I mean, his dad was like great. So because he was working, so my boyfriend was working so much, I rarely got to spend time with him. I was spending more time with his father, right? His mama, she didn't work, but she always stayed in that room. She never wanted to come out and kick it with me, which is cool. I really wanted a relationship with his mother. I really did. I wanted to be able to call her mom, mother, whatever. I wanted that relationship for me and his mother, but we didn't have that. She would speak to me, hey, how you doing? And go in the room, and that's it. But the father, he was, taking me shopping. His father was awesome. His father was great. So his father one day tells me, he's like, I like the way you are towards my son. You're a good girl for him, and I like that. I was like, thank you. And he's like, you're a good worker. He's like, I can't hire you officially because you're too young. He's like, but you do, great work. And he's like, I like the way you're cooking. He's like, you're a fast learner. And, everything that he was teaching me, you guys, I was soaking it all up in because I was excited about having a father figure around or whatever. So I'm like, thank you. And it was kind of getting weird because it was coming to a point in time, the days that my boyfriend was supposed to pick me up, his dad would pick me up. And I would, of course, get in the car because I was thinking, okay, maybe they switched up, whatever. But then my boyfriend would be like, why did you ride with my dad when you knew I was coming? I was like, I didn't know. I thought, y'all discussed that he was going to pick me up. So it was kind of getting weird to me because, like, they would start getting in fights and arguments because his dad wanted him to, he wanted them to work together. He wanted to be a father and son business, but his son didn't want to do that. And his son wanted to be his own self and be his own man. And he was like, that's not what he wanted to do. He didn't want to be under his daddy. And he was like, he was getting ready to buy a place. He wanted me to come live with him. I was like, wait, I can't stay with you because I'm still too young. I wasn't 18. And, you had to be 18 to move in with somebody and all that stuff. So he was like, I love you. And, I was like, I love you too. Of course, I said it back because I didn't know what love was. You know what I mean? Back then, I loved everybody. So I was like, I love you too. And he's like, I want us to stay together. I want us to get married. I was like, I'm too young to get married. You have to wait till I graduate. And he was like, that's fine. I'll wait. The relationship we had, an awesome relationship. It was excellent. But him and his dad were just fighting all the time. And I enjoyed spending time with his dad too, because I like going to work with his dad. And because his dad, he couldn't give me a check, but he would pay me in cash for the work that I would do. So, I enjoy spending time with his dad. I enjoy spending time with him. So he told his dad one day, he was like, don't pick her up anymore. She's not going to come to your job anymore. It was crazy. I was like, what? I'm not? He can't? Why? And he was like, because I don't want him around you anymore. And I'm like, why? But why? He was like, because you're my girl. You're not his or whatever. And I was like, but if we get married, he's going to be my father. So we need a good relationship. And he was like, I don't care. So his dad, was like, whatever, son. So I go home, right? His dad, the next day, come pick me up from school. And I was like, I don't think I should ride with you. He was like, it's okay. You can ride with me. So I get in the car and he was like, look, I'm going to go and tell you the truth. He was like, I really like you. He was like, I want you to be in our family. He said, I talk to you more than I talk to my own wife. And when he said that, you guys, it got kind of weird for me. He was like, he enjoys spending time with me. And he's like, he needs to see me every day. And I'm like, I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I was scared. I was like, I can't. I was like, I'm with your son. I really love your son. He loves me. I was like, I love you too, but as a father, I highlighted the word father. And he was like, I look at you more than a daughter. He's like, he was telling me so much stuff, and I was feeling so uncomfortable. And I became so nervous, and my crazy butt, I told his son, like when I got home, I told his son the whole conversation, and bang, why did I do that? when I tell you they got in a fight, they got in a serious fight. After that fight, you guys, even though it wasn't me fighting with them, I felt bad. Because it's like, how can I spend time with my man when his daddy wants me to? It was like kind of awkward. And then plus with him being married, that made it even worse. I was like, what if his wife finds out? She's going to kill me. I mean, me and her already don't see eye to eye on things. So we're not as close as I want to be. So I broke up with him. Yes, you guys. I broke up with Bobby. He was like the perfect dude, but it was weird and awkward between me and his dad. So we broke up and years go by. Time goes by, and one day I'm driving and there's somebody blowing. Now I was an adult now. I'm driving and somebody blowing like beep, 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 like, like they got beef and whatnot. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm thinking it's my stalker, because this is when I was dealing with my stalker. I'm thinking it's my stalker. So I'm like, put the pedal to the metal and get out of here. Because I was on my way to school, you guys. I was driving on my way to school, focused on hurry up and getting to school. So it's like a part of me was like, drive fast and get away from him, because that's what I'm thinking. It's my stalker. But then part of me is like, don't go to school, because he's going to follow you to school and he's going to know where your school is. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's my stalker. So the car, the person that's, blowing the horn, going crazy, the car they're driving pulls in front of everybody in the traffic, and it blocks my car off and another car off. So we slam on our brakes like, what in the world? And the dude gets out the car, and I'm thinking, in my mind, I'm thinking it's about to go down, because I'm thinking it's my stalker. It wasn't, you guys. It was Bobby. He was like, hey. And I was like so shaken up because we almost hit. And I was scared because I thought it was my stalker. But to see that it wasn't, it was Bobby, I didn't know how to feel. I was like, should I be scared? What should I do? Or whatever. So, I'm scared, you guys. I'm just sitting in the car and I'm panicking or whatever. So the dude who else he had blocked off, whatever, he tried by his car, and they, they arguing or whatever, and they started fighting. So of course they started fighting, and police started coming. So, I took my car, I put it in reverse. Yes, honey, I put it in reverse, went around them, and got my butt on the road and headed to school, because I was like, I need to get to school. I need to be at school. So that was the last I saw of Bobby. I have not seen him anymore. I mean, like, a part of me wants to search for him to see, how he's doing, how's everything going and everything. A part of me wants to do that, but, I'm married, so I can't be doing stuff like that. Like, I talked to my husband about it, and he's cool with it. He's like, okay, that's fine if you look for him and see how he's doing. But you know what's so weird, you guys? You know what's so weird? I was searching on Facebook for someone else, somebody else I was looking for. And guess who page I came across? His daddy. Oh my God, y'all. I came across his daddy page. I didn't send him no friend request. I didn't do none of that stuff. But I came across his daddy page. I didn't do nothing with it, you guys. But just seeing his daddy page is like, oh my God, why does his daddy have a Facebook page? Anyways, you guys, I have not talked to him or his father since then. Did I do the right thing, you guys, by breaking up with him? Should I stay in a relationship with him? I mean, what do y'all think? Do y'all think I should have got with the daddy? Well, no, the daddy was married, so I couldn't get with him. And I don't know. Y'all tell me, did I do the right thing? Y'all let me know. Should I beat Ricky up? Should I have Ricky beat up? I mean, Ricky probably dead now, you guys. Because, his family told me he was, having sex with a lot of people back then, and he had diseases and kids, and I thank you, Jesus, that I got out of that situation before anything happened. I thank God for that, because, baby, if he would have gave me something, I would have died from it. But, yeah, that's the end of this story. I thank you guys for watching. Y'all comment below and tell me what I should have done. Should I have stayed at the first party I was at and not, left with Ricky? Should I have not gotten in the car with Bobby, not knowing who he was? Should I have, just tell me what you think. Did I do the right thing, you guys? I don't know. I thank you guys for watching, and I hope y'all are having the best day. Bye-bye.